Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Proverbs with Paul in the afternoon, and a glorious afternoon it truly is. A little bit chilly at times, a bit of wind and a beautiful sunshine, blue sky. Hallelujah. What a wonderful day. Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 29. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Who has woe? To have woe is to be in that dire straits, the sense of despair in the soul. Woe is me, we often hear people say, because of the deadness of their soul. It says, who has sorrow? Sorrow is the ultimate reality of bereavement, that sense of death that's been upon your life. Who has sorrow, that depth of despair? Who has contention? Contention is this conflict surrounded by enemies. Who has them, he says, Solomon? Who has them? Who has wounds without cause? Meaning victims. Who feels like a victim? They have wounds where they have been afflicted by enemies that should never have been there to afflict them. Injustices that have come into their lives because they have been afflicted and become a victim. Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes and that sense of restlessness because you ain't able to sleep at night because you have travail of soul, you have brokenness of heart. Your eyes are like deserts. They dry and they're red because they're so weary. There's no more moisture left in them because your sufferings are so great. And Solomon is depicting this sense of dread in the life of a human being. And at different times in their lives, perhaps we've all experienced levels of these things that he references today. And the sense of woe upon a life is ultimately the reality of being without God. The truth is that when we connect to God, we have re-established ourselves. But before we connect to God, it's like we're in the deepest, darkest, most horriblest, offensive, destructive pit that just destroys the reality of our being. We have nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, nowhere to escape. There's no rest, no peace. Everything we do is a pretense and is like hiding the reality of ourselves. And many people are not even prepared to face the reality of themselves. And so they camouflage it with all sorts of colour and experiences. But the reality is, that's what it's like when we're not with God. But when God is involved in our lives and we learn to walk step by step with Him each day, then the light starts to come on. The truth starts to set us free. The recovery of the replenishments of all the things that have dried out within us. Our soul starts to express and blossom. It starts to realize that walking right is better than walking wrong, that smiling is better than cursing, that loving is better than hating. Brothers and sisters, when we connect to God, life changes. And Jesus is reaching out his hand even now in your despair and saying to you, take my hand, child, take my hand and step into your new life. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.